It arrived on a Tuesday. A forwarded email, someone hit reply all by accident, and my name was at the top of a thread I was never supposed to see. I remember the exact time. 4:47 p.m. November 14th. I was still at my desk finishing a slide deck when my phone lit up. I didn't open it right away. I finished my sentence first. That tells you everything about how that moment felt. Completely ordinary. Just another email. Just a Tuesday. But here's what none of them knew. I had already been building the case for 3 weeks. You have to understand who Priya was to me before I tell you what she did. We started at Hartwell and Crane on the same Monday, March 6th, 2 years ago. Same onboarding cohort, same team, same manager. She brought me coffee on my 3rd day because she noticed I always ordered the same thing. Oat milk, flat white, no sugar. For 11 months, she was the person I ate lunch with almost every day. The person I vented to when a client was difficult. When I stayed late in October to finish the Langford proposal, a $4.2 million account renewal, she stayed too. She asked questions. Smart ones, I thought. She seemed engaged. I spent 4 months on that proposal. I built the pricing model from scratch. I designed the client journey framework. I wrote every word of the executive summary. Priya contributed one section, a 4-page competitive landscape overview. 4 pages out of 61. When the promotion announcement came in December, I wasn't worried. I had the Langford win behind me. My numbers were strong. My manager, Daniel, had been positive in every review. The promotion went to Marcus Webb, not me. Daniel told me I was still developing strategic ownership. I didn't understand that phrase. I turned it over for days. Strategic ownership. I had just delivered the largest client renewal in our division's history, and I was still developing it. I thought it was office politics, a blind spot in how Daniel saw me. I didn't look any further than that. That's when I stopped being upset and started being strategic. Not yet. That came later. First, there was the email. The forwarded thread had 6 messages. I read them in reverse, newest to oldest, the way you do when you're catching up. The top email was from my colleague Deepa, who had accidentally hit reply all while trying to forward it to someone else. She sent me a panicked follow-up 12 minutes later. Ignore that. Wrong thread. Sorry. I didn't ignore it. The 3rd message in the chain was from Priya, sent October 31st, 6 weeks before the promotion decision. She had emailed Daniel directly. One line I will never forget, word for word. Just want to flag, the Langford proposal was largely driven by my framework. I don't want that work attributed incorrectly when performance reviews come up. Largely driven by her framework. 4 pages of competitive landscape, the section she asked me to let her handle because she said she needed a win on her own. I sat with it for exactly 4 minutes. I know because I checked the timestamp later. 4:47 to 4:51, 4 minutes of stillness. Then I started screenshotting. That's when I stopped being upset and started being strategic. I didn't call anyone. I didn't go to HR that night. I didn't even respond to Deepa's apology email. I opened my project files and I started pulling version histories. Google Drive showed 214 saves across the Langford proposal documents, my name on every single one. The earliest dated July 18th, the day I started the build. Priya's name appeared once, October 9th, her competitive landscape section, uploaded as a separate file and dropped into the master document. 1 file out of 22. Over the next 3 weeks, I built a 23-page document. I called it internally the file. Not dramatic, just accurate. It had every Slack message where I'd sent Priya a draft for her opinion, proving the work came from me, calendar invites, showing my solo working sessions on the proposal, email chains between me and the Langford client contact, conversations Priya was never copied on, the version history export, my original brief from July, her single October upload. She didn't know I already had everything. For 3 weeks, I sat next to her at lunch. I asked how her weekend was. I passed her the good conference room pen when the others ran dry. She had no idea. On December 5th, exactly 3 weeks after the email, I requested a meeting with HR. Not with Daniel, not with Priya. I went directly to Elena Vasquez, the senior HR business partner for our division. I framed the request carefully. I said I had documentation relevant to a performance and attribution matter and wanted to present it formally. I used the word formally on purpose. The meeting was December 9th. I walked in with 2 printed copies of the 23-page document and a USB drive containing the exported files. Elena had asked if it was a short conversation. I told her to block 90 minutes. I didn't lead with emotion. I walked her through the timeline chronologically. July 18th, my first draft. August through September, 41 work-in sessions, all calendar documented, none of which Priya attended. October 9th, Priya's single file contribution. October 31st, Priya's email to Daniel. What happened next still doesn't feel real. Elena stopped me at the October 31st email. She read it twice. Then she asked me a question I hadn't expected. Has anything like this happened before? With other projects or with other colleagues? I said, not to my knowledge. She excused herself for 11 minutes. I sat in that room alone, looking at the potted plant in the corner. I remember counting the leaves. There were 19. When Elena came back, her expression had changed. She was careful with her words. She told me that the documentation I had provided would need to go through a formal review process. She thanked me for being thorough. She said she would be in touch within 5 business days. I had no idea she'd been doing this to someone else. Her name was Kezia Adeyemi. She had left Hartwell and Crane 8 months earlier, April of that year. I didn't know Kezia well. She had been on a different project track, but she had filed a concern before she left, a concern that, according to what I was told later, had not been followed through on the way it should have been. Kezia's concern involved the same pattern, a project she had led, credit that had been reassigned, a performance review that didn't reflect what she had actually built. Now, HR had 2 cases, same name, same pattern, 8 months apart, and a paper trail on both. Priya still didn't know anything was happening. She ate lunch with me on December 11th. She complained about a client call. She asked if I wanted to do a joint holiday card for Daniel. Her HR meeting was December 14th. I wasn't in the room. I didn't ask to be. That was never the point. I got the call at 3:18 p.m. Elena's voice was neutral and professional. She confirmed that the review process had concluded. She confirmed that corrective action had been taken. She confirmed that my promotion eligibility was being escalated immediately, and that HR and leadership wanted to meet with me the following morning. She didn't say Priya's name on the call. She didn't have to. The meeting on December 15th was 40 minutes. Daniel was there. So was Elena. So was Harriet Yoon, the division director, who I had only spoken to twice before. They acknowledged what had happened. They acknowledged that the promotion decision in December had been influenced by incorrect information. They acknowledged that my contribution to the Langford renewal was sole and primary. The offer on the table was not one level up. It was 2, senior account strategist to principal, 2 levels, effective January 6th. Priya was terminated on December 14th, same day as her HR meeting. She did not return to the office after that. Her LinkedIn went quiet after December 16th. One post, a generic excited for new chapters update, and then nothing. No new role announced, no activity, just silence. Kezia Adiemi was contacted by Hartwell and Crane's legal team in the first week of January. She received a settlement offer. I don't know the amount, that's not my story to tell, but she got something she had left without. I started my new role on January 6th, first day, new floor, better view. People ask me sometimes if I feel bad about what happened to Priya. The question always lands a little sideways because I didn't do anything to Priya. I documented my own work. I presented facts to the right people. What happened to Priya happened because of what Priya did. She deleted her email to Daniel. I found that out later. She had gone back into her sent folder sometime in November and deleted it, probably assuming that was enough. What she didn't know, what she couldn't have known, is that email threads don't disappear. When one person deletes their copy, Daniel still had it. Deepa's accidental forward preserved it, and I had screenshots from the first minute I saw it. She deleted it. I already had it. I didn't expose her because I was angry. I did it because I was ready. There's a difference. And she found out exactly what that difference costs.